Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Suspended Disbelief. I am your host, and my name is not important. Well, today, before we get into this episode, I would like for everybody to hit the like button, only so that, and you can even hit dislike, but so that it moves up through the algorithm and it shares on the platform. Also, I would like for you to subscribe to the channel. That way you can be up on new episodes as they come out. And if you would like to support, it's a link below to my Cash App, and we could keep this going because I'm doing this in my spare time, but I'm definitely gonna keep doing this. So here we go. We're gonna jump right into it. Today we are talking about ChatGPT. So if you're not aware of what ChatGPT is, please just Google it or YouTube it. It's 1,000 videos about ChatGPT. ChatGPT was released November 30th, 2022, less than 2 months ago. It got to 1 million subscribers in 5 days. Almost faster than anything else. And even as of today, if you just Google ChatGPT on Google in the news, and this is the headlines that come up. Microsoft confirms it's investing billions into ChatGPT. That's on CNN. On CNBC, Microsoft announces new multi-billion-dollar deal. The New York Times, Microsoft to invest $10 billion in OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT. The headline for the Stanford Daily: scores of Stanford students used ChatGPT on final exams. The Hill: ChatGPT passes Wharton Business School test. The NBA exam. Google, this is from The Verge. Google plans to demo AI chatbot. Search has it panics. Let me open this one up. Google, this is from the site called The Verge. Google is freaking out about ChatGPT. The New York Times reports Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin have discussed its response to ChatGPT, which plans to launch over 20 AI products this year, including a demo of its own search chatbot. And that's from Google. So ChatGPT is making a lot of noise for very good reasons. Because no one has ever seen anything move so fast, and that is so smart. And if you hadn't checked out the first episode of Suspended Disbelief, please refer back to that, because I'm going to refer to that myself. In that first episode, I talked about how artificial intelligence is a threat to your job. It's a threat. It's a bigger threat than you think it is. And this is just ChatGPT, the first version of this thing that's open to the public. Bear with me. I'm gonna load up a clip from a guy on YouTube, and his channel is MET, is MET. And at first I ran across this guy because he was talking about, along with the other 1,000 knuckleheads on there, use ChatGPT to make money, and this is how you can make money with ChatGPT. It's 1,000 videos. But this guy, as he was making one of these videos, he realized something. So I'm gonna share that with you. Here we go.
I'm here to make a quick video on essentially a terrifying discovery that I've made tonight, December 9th, 2022. So first of all, a little background on me. I'm an engineer. I've been an engineer for the last 12 years. I currently work at a Fortune 500 company as a senior systems platform engineer, and I've pretty much been doing software engineer since I was 16 years old. Been doing software engineering since I was 16 years old. And today I began playing around with ChatGPT, which has actually been quite terrifying. Now, the main reason that this has been so terrifying is because the AI is a lot more intelligent than I thought it was.
Let's stop right there. A lot more intelligent than he thought it was. Now, I don't know this young guy. And he's gonna go on in this clip to tell you all that who he actually is and what he does. And this is his field. It's not mine. Okay, technology is not my field. I'm a blue collar kind of guy, hands on. So he will continue to talk about what he discovered with this ChatGPT. But just keep in your mind, okay, that he keeps talking about terrifying. How terrifying it is. Now, all of those news articles that I ran across, nobody is talking about this part of it. They just kind of glazed over it. But this guy right here, he goes into it. Here we go.
And the reason that this is terrifying is because I've played around with AI since pretty much 2015. I've written my own neural nets, my own convolutional neural nets, recurrent neural networks. I've messed around with what used to be called conventional machine learning, and then also messed around with deep learning. I've used TensorFlow and a lot of the Python packages such as Torch and Keras and things like that. I've even written my own Sybil account detection algorithm for SoundCloud. Sybil means fake account detector. And so I spent a little time today. So that's a little background about me and my work background, my engineering background. Now, I always thought that, if there ever was an AI/machinery takeover, that people on the lower end of the people working less intellectual jobs and working manual labor jobs would probably be replaced first. But unfortunately, with the release of ChatGPT, things have become a little worrying because it seems that AI advances have been advancing a lot faster than robotics advances, and that knowledge workers may actually be made obsolete before manual laborers.
So he just made the point how what was scary to him was that ChatGPT was a threat to knowledge workers, and that it was way smarter than he thought it would be. And this is going to be the problem with AI. the ChatGPT has the ability to write code. And this is just the basic form of this particular AI. Now, when Microsoft invests $10 billion in it, it will write its own code, and it will be way smarter than it is now. But ChatGPT is a threat to what he called knowledge workers. That's people that write code, people that work at universities. You know, some of those headlines, you know, students taking these exams and passing them using ChatGPT. It's like having a calculator in math class, you know. But it's a threat. It's a threat to jobs, and I bet that this is really what is behind all the tech layoffs that's been happening since the first of the year. I think Facebook laying off a bunch of people. Google. Don't get me. I think Microsoft. Man, it's a lot of them that's laying off people, but that's just the beginning of those type of people that's about to be laid off or made obsolete by a computer program and artificial intelligence that is already smart AF. Okay. Now this guy, his name is Jordan Peterson. I made a note on him. Jordan Peterson is an author and a commentator. And I got made aware of him from Joy Reid's Instagram account. She had played a video of him talking about ChatGPT. And here he go. This is Jordan Peterson.
How many of you know what ChatGPT is? There are things, and everyone in the audience should know this, there are things coming down the pipeline on the artificial intelligence front that are just going to make your hair stand on end within the next year, because there is so much transformation going on in that domain. And that's been the case particularly for the last 6 months, that it's almost unimaginable. I figure a third of the universities will go broke in the next 5 years. So I'll tell you what ChatGPT is, just so you know, because you need to know this. And I don't know what sort of technological revolution this is. It's smarter than you.
Now, I hate to interrupt that guy, but he said it himself. It's smarter than you. It's the equivalent of you in your class and you're taking the SATs, and the kid that's sitting next to you finishes the test in 4 seconds. Now, how much smarter is he than you? The kid that's sitting next to you that did that SAT in 4 seconds. This is what this thing is. It's smarter than you. It's smarter than them. Now, I'm going to continue.
I went and interacted with it. It's an AI system, artificial intelligence system. It basically is trained on, a massive corpus of spoken or of text. This is going to happen this year. So get ready. Hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because what did my friend Jonathan Pajot say? Giants are going to walk the earth once more, and we're going to live through that.
Giants are going to walk the earth. What giants is he talking about? He's not talking about dinosaurs. He's not saying Jurassic Park is going to come to life because of AI has cloned a dinosaur. No, that's not the giants that he's talking about. He's talking about the same thing Geordie Rose was talking about. And you got to go to episode 1 where I introduce people to who Geordie Rose is. But he's talking about super intelligent beings. These AIs have the potential to be 1,000,000 times smarter than the smartest person on earth. Imagine that. Now that's a giant. And you think you're going to control something that is infinitely smarter than you? You think you're going to control it? You think you're going to outsmart it? It's not possible. Just ain't possible. I'm going to let him continue. Here we go.
Elon Musk, one of the things he's working on, he thinks that the world will be controlled by whoever produces the most functional AI system the fastest, because there'll be a first mover advantage. And one of the things Musk has been working on for a long time are distributed AI systems, so that you'll have your own artificial intelligence to protect you against, well, let's say against Google's artificial intelligence, for starters. Yeah, or the CCP's artificial intelligence, because you can bet your hat they're working on that about as fast as they possibly can.
The CCP. China. That's who that is. And if you don't think that China has thrown all of its resources behind getting the smartest artificial intelligence, then I don't know what to tell you. But this is a race to create the smartest AI that they can. And they're going to get AI to a point to where it's going to just start helping itself. It writes its own code. ChatGPT is smart, but it's just a baby. And check this baby out after $10 billion goes into it. And let's see how smart it is then. But yeah. China, whoever else is out there, Russia, whoever, it's going to be like a race to this thing. And it is terrifying. That guy, Jordan Peterson, he said it a couple of times. I edited that clip, but he said it a couple of times about how scary it is. And I don't like to be the bearer, or rather, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news or a terrifying idea. But it is important that people know what's going on with this. These big companies, these major corporations, the leaders in technology are about to sell the human race out to an AI that once it comes into being, it's only going to look out for itself. It's just nature. So here we go. This is a clip of Andrew Yang. From about 3 years ago, he was on Joe Rogan's show talking about how technology affects workers. He specifically was talking about truck drivers, but listen close because he talks about other things in there. It's a short clip, so here we go.
Then there'll be a massive depletion of truck driving opportunities. And then in my mind, a lot of suicides, a lot of self-destruction. And I don't say that lightly. I say that based upon the fact that that's what happened to the manufacturing workers, where if you unpack what happened to the manufacturing workers of Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, suicide rates spiked to a point where now our life expectancy as a country has declined for the last 3 years because of suicides and drug overdoses. It's the first time that's happened since the great flu pandemic of 1918. Like, we are actually coming apart as a country by the numbers. So what happened to the manufacturing workers will then happen to the truckers, but at an even more dramatic scale. So you'll see truckers going home and drinking themselves to death, or doing drugs and overdosing or killing themselves. And then eventually there'll be an outbreak of violence because some truckers will say, instead of killing myself, how about I go bust up a robot truck? And there are already truckers that are doing things like blocking Tesla recharging stations at electronic vehicle battery stations because they don't like electronic trucks.
Sorta. Those are pickup trucks, though. Those are assholes. I mean, this is not like people doing it because they think that these Tesla recharge stations are taking jobs away. They're just being dickheads.
Exactly, Joe. So if you're going to be a dickhead, even though it really has nothing to do with you,
right?
Imagine when you actually think your livelihood's being threatened.
Right, good point.
Then you can see it getting revved up, to like a much higher level.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's Andrew Yang. Back then, he was locked in on how truck drivers are going to be replaced with these self-driving trucks, and the technology is there. And that's 3 years ago, and I think they pretty much gave up on that. And that's just my opinion. But what did keep going was the artificial intelligence pursuits, and how that is a threat to workers and jobs. Now, notice what he said when he was referring to truck drivers losing their jobs and how they would drink themselves to death and overdose and be violent because they don't have anything to do. Now, apply that to all of these knowledge workers. All of these industries that's about to get slammed by this ChatGPT in these corporations. If I had a business and I had, 100 employees, and I could get this app on my Apple laptop that could replace 80% of those people, and I could take all that money that I'm not paying them and put it right in my pocket, 80% of those people will be gone. It'd be, 20 people in there doing the same job as 80. It used to take 80. But what is going to happen to those 80 people? That's the real threat. That's why I keep saying ChatGPT is a threat. And you got all these tech nuts, these technology lovers, these F-19s that jump on everything new and think it's good. Nah, it's not. Everything that these people are producing is not in the benefit of humanity. Anyway, this has been Suspended Disbelief. Please hit the like button or the dislike button. Don't matter to me. Share this link. Share it so this information could get out. Because whether you like it or not, or believe it or not, everybody still needs to be made aware of what's really going on out here. So like, share, and subscribe for the next episode, and I will be back.
Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. Suspended disbelief. suspended